Hello, it's Sam and
Hannah
here from Ashdown Jones, and today's Ask AJ session is a question we were asked the other day, isn't it? About what happens after you put an offer in on a house.
Yeah.
So I'm going to buy a house off you, and I phone you up and I say, Hannah, I'm going to give you full asking price on this £2 million house. What's the first thing that you're going to say to me? Apart from thank you, that's amazing.
Well, I obviously have to go to the client and they have to accept the offer.
Yeah.
And then once it's accepted, then we obviously say congratulations. And then we just ask for a few things. So proof of funds, address, solicitor details, and if they don't have it, then we'll recommend someone.
So going back to proof of funds,
Yeah.
okay, so explain to me, so you're going to doubt my word, Hannah? I've got £2 million in the bank.
Yes.
Why aren't you just going to take my word
Some
for
people
it?
can find it offensive. So we have to just ask them politely.
Intrusive, maybe.
Yeah, we just have to make sure that, I don't know how to word it,
That they're a genuine buyer.
yeah, genuine
And-
buyer, and it's to secure the sale as well as for the seller. So we can, once we see the proof of funds, we can go back to them and we can just say, right, they've got the money basically, so it is secure, and then we can take it off the market.
Mm-hmm. And it's to protect our client who is our seller.
Yeah.
So even though we love our buyers and we really enjoy getting involved with both sides of the deal, we always remember that our client is actually the seller of the house. So we're here to protect the seller's interests.
Yeah.
We did have one lady, hopefully she's not watching, a few months ago, who offered full asking price on one of our lovely homes, and she said she was a cash buyer. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? Can you remember?
She needs to sell a house first.
She needs to put a house on the market first.
Yeah, and then she'll be a cash buyer.
Yeah, so she hadn't sold and she hadn't even started trying to sell the house. So of course our advice to the seller is don't take the house off the market. We're not going to market it sold subject to contract. We're going to continue with viewings. And actually what usually happens, and it's harsh but true, is that person usually never materialises with a proper offer, do they?
No.
With a proceedable offer.
Yeah.
So proof of funds, it can be something that some people find a little bit intrusive. What we do find is usually, not always, but usually, the genuine buyers understand and they want the house so much that they will jump through those hoops and they'll go, here's a screenshot of my bank account today, got plenty of money in it. We don't show that to the owner, but we just say we've seen sight of it. So we can say, look, Sam, we've seen sight of this £2 million, we're good to go.
Yeah. And then we can take it off, and people can still view as well, but most people don't. But that's when it's exciting once we see that, because it's just
because it makes it all real.
It does,
Yeah. So we do it as because we're fulfilling our responsibility, our duty to our clients. That's why we ask for it. So if you're about to put an offer in on one of our lovely houses, and we ask you for proof of funds, please don't be insulted. A simple screenshot is absolutely fine. We don't need to see your entire financial history.
We don't.
Going back 30 years, we just need to see, have you got the money in the bank today? Or if it's through a mortgage, can we see something from your lender saying, yes, they will lend you that money, and then have you got the balance somewhere in the bank account that you can take a screenshot of? Some people do find it tricky if they've got investments. That's a trickier one.
They do, yeah.
And sometimes they don't have the money actually there and then. They need to draw it down or give notice on or something, and we always try and take that into account.
Yeah.
But our job is to make sure that that buyer can actually proceed with that purchase, because otherwise we're not really doing a good job for our clients. What else did you ask for? So name, address, all
standard
the details.
stuff, solicitor details, which we can recommend.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of solicitors that we can recommend that are really good, and they work with us quite closely. But quite often people have their own solicitors, and we like to take those details. We find if a buyer, if it feels to us like the buyer is dragging their heels a little bit, like they don't provide us with solicitors' details, they don't provide us with proof of funds if it's within their control, and maybe they don't even book a survey on their house, because that's usually the next step. Sometimes that's a little red flag for us that it's not quite as it should be, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can see the ones that are serious and really keen, they'll already have that in place and go, right, I'll send you it. Whereas sometimes it can take days to get just an address or proof of funds.
Or a solicitor or anything, So it sometimes is a bit of a red flag, and our job is, if you're one of our clients, our job is to advise you and help you through those decisions. Should we give up on them yet? Should we continue? And sometimes it's through no fault of the buyers that they don't have that information.
Yeah.
But as Hannah says, it's usually a really good indication of how keen they are, of how quickly they come forward with this information. So that was our question, really, that we were here to answer today. It was Alison Jones asked that question, so thank you, Alison. So the question was, what happens after you put in an offer? What information do you then need? And that's the answer to that question. So if you've got a question for Ask AJ, ask me or Hannah or Tess or Phil, then please leave it in the comment below or send us a private message. And if you want it to be an anonymous question, of course, we can answer that too as an anonymous answer. So we'll see you next week for Ask AJ, and thanks for watching today. Have a great day.